Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce CMAtics video session 218. So basically in today's video as well, we will just continue the practice. So we left off with one scenario in the previous video. So we will continue that, and today we will understand more about the measures maybe, okay, how if we bring, let's say, two or more measures, how we can write the SQL query, okay. As you have seen along this line, I haven't copied any line from whatever previous queries I have written. I am just manually writing it, okay. So just have this practice so that you can command your basic concepts over SQL. Of course, after that you always have the AI tool if you stuck somewhere, but that's not the main purpose. The main purpose is you also becoming, good hands-on experience with writing a SQL query. Okay, especially when it comes to writing complex part. At that time, definitely, you can take the help of AI tool. But for now, just keep on that practice, just like the way I'm doing. Okay. So let's complete this last section which we did. That is display the total number of records of account group by industry account and link country. Okay. So let me write this first of all. So Q equal to load. I will write this dataset name, and then Q equal to group Q by, and the important point is to ensure that every names are written. So firstly it will be industry. I already know the API name. I'm quite used to that. But in case you are not knowing, you can still copy the API name separately of the fields if required. Okay. Then Q equal to, for each Q, generate Q dot industry as industry, Q dot type as type, and Q dot billing country as billing country. Finally, count of Q as A. Okay, I'm not sorting by or anything this time, right? As we mentioned, and Q equal to limit Q 2000. Okay, that's it. So I think I'm done with this. So I'm first of all loading Q equal to load. I've written the proper API name of the dataset. Q equal to group Q by. I've written in circular basis. I think the spelling I've written wrong. Okay, yes, spelling I've written wrong. It will be billing country. Okay, so Q equal to, for each to generate Q dot industry as industry, Q dot type as type, Q dot billing country as billing country. I think here the spelling is proper, and count of Q as A. Okay, I think I'm ready with this. So now let me just execute it. Okay, so I will go to this over here directly, go to my query mode and just paste it, and I will run this. Okay, there is some mistake. Okay, so now we will check what is the mistake we have been making. So here it is saying count of Q after token billing country. I think it's a dot, maybe by mistake I've written a dot. Okay, I also didn't notice this. So this is the way you need to check. So they are actually pointing out that, hey, there is some mistake over here. You see, you just check that highlighted this part where they are mentioning, where they are not able to understand, where this engine is not able to understand. You just need to take hold of that particular line directly. Okay, you don't need to do a research of the complete error what they are saying. Okay, just focus on that particular line. And as you can see, this is done. And if I go to my chartboard, this is exactly the way it had to be displayed, which was displayed earlier as well. Okay. Here, of course, see earlier, if you do by pointed pin, here it's going to show as count of rows, but that's fine because we are doing SAQL. So this will show as A. That is completely fine. You can skip that part. Uh, Now let's move to the next logic, which is let I display multiple measures. So let's say I display sum of annual revenue, and I display over here average of annual revenue. And for bars, I will just take one of the dimension. Okay. So okay, I think the sum and average, there's a huge difference. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, not an issue. Let's say I take industry. Okay, so I've taken. If you see the red market there, it's a bit smaller because the value is much lesser compared to this one. If I go for both taxes, it will be much more presentable. But anyways, right now the purpose is to practice SQL. So here I'm clearing the sort once again. I don't need the sorting. Uh, I don't need any sorting for the measures also as of now. I'm not interested. Right now, I'm just interested to show the sum and average of annual revenue for every industry. Okay, that's the purpose. Now let's go to query mode and let's understand how it's written. So as we are saying, q equal to load, q equal to group by. Now the only difference is coming in the generate part. So here, if you see, we are having two generation, the sum, and we are representing by different variables, and the average we are representing by different variables, and finally we are limiting. Okay. So if I write the scenario is basically show the sum as well as average of annual revenue grouped by industry. Okay, so that is what, and I will of course hide all the above ones. I'm not the only thing I will copy is the API name. Okay, that's the base. That is something I never forget. I have the habit of forgetting, but other than that, I think this is the scenario. So now we will start writing it, and I'm just putting to Studio, and we will see if it works or not. Okay, so we understood that part. Firstly, q equal to load this particular API name of the dataset. Then p equal to q by. Now here I have only one field, so that is completely fine. Then I have q equal to, for each q, generate q dot industry as industry. Okay, sum of annual revenue here, q dot annual revenue as a, and here it will be of course average of q dot annual revenue as b, and here q equal to limit q. So I think I'm done. Q equal to load, Q equal to group Q by industry. I think here I don't need this braces, I guess, as far as I can recall. I think for multiple unit braces, okay. I mean, it won't show an error, but that's not needed actually. Q equal to, for each Q generate Q dot industry as industry, sum of Q dot annual revenue as A and average of Q dot annual revenue as B. The spellings on all are, I think, perfect. Now we will execute and see if we made any mistake or not. So I will open this once again. I will directly go to SAQL mode. Just paste it over here and I will run it. So as you can see, it's completely showing me everything. And if I go to my chart mode, so yeah, that's perfect. Okay, it is showing exactly the way we have seen it. Fine. Of course, here you won't see this sum displayed because we have made some changes become a CNV, but that's fine. Even if you want to do in this manner, no, sum of annual revenue average, that also can be done by the way. Okay, so here I just need to write sum of annual revenue and average of annual revenue. So let me just tell you, like if you exactly wanted to get displayed in this manner, that also can be done by the way. Sum of, so I will write over here sum of annual revenue. Okay, and here I will write average of annual revenue. Okay, so instead of A and B, I can also write in this manner. Once I go for a SQL query, and now here if I go for chart mode, you are going to see this going to get displayed like this. Okay, so that also way can be done, but I think for now I can also stick by the variables A and B. That's not an issue for me. Fine. So yeah, I think this part is also done. That is cool. Now, uh, let's try some more scenarios. Now, what I will do is basically, let's say I will bring three measures and maybe I will bring three dimensions as well. So let's say I will go for count of rows as the first one. I will go for sum of annual revenue and I will also go for average of annual revenue. I think the count of rows won't make sense to me. The reason being it's very low. So let's say I mean, this one I will remove. Okay, this one I will remove, and I will go for something like max of annual revenue. Okay, I think that is fine for me to go for max of annual revenue. Fine. And under bars, what I will do is I will go for industry. I will go for uh, I will go for account type, and I will go for the billing country as well. Okay, and I will clear out all the sorting. So I'm not interested in sorting as of now. So I will just clear out all the sortings. Okay. So what I did, I basically brought in the sum of annual revenue, average of annual revenue, and maximum of annual revenue. And I'm under bars, I'm taking industry account type and billing country, and this is the way it's being displayed. That is completely fine. And now I will just check like how in SQL that is well. First of all, if you notice on the chart mode, like you have the industry, the type, the billing country, and it's displaying like what is the sum for each one of them. For agriculture customer Belgium, this is the sum. Okay, I mean yellow upper one is the max, and this more or less a bit orange. On the orange side, it's average. Okay. Now we will check how this is being done on SQL. So I will go to the SQL mode, and here if you see, we are just loading it. We are grouping by with all these three fields, which will be in circular basis. Okay. And we are generating each one of them one by one. Okay. As you can see, and we are generating the sum. Okay. As B, average as C, and max as A. That's it. And we are just limiting. Quite a simple one. And I think we can do it. So first of all, let us write the scenario. So here, show the sum, average, and maximum of annual revenue grouped by industry, account type, and billing country. Okay, I've written the API name only in the question itself. Okay, I think that's what we have done. Okay, so here that's what we are in sum, average, and maximum industry, account type, and billing country. Show the sum, maximum, and average group by that is cool. Okay, now of course I will just copy this data set name and we will practice this one. Right. So firstly, u equal to load the data set name, of course. Then u equal to group q by, and I will just write all the names one by one. Industry, we have the type, and we have the billing country. Okay, and then q equal to, for each q, generate q dot industry as industry. Okay, and I will just copy this and I will just replace it by the appropriate word. So here it will be q dot type as type. Okay, and once again I will just paste it, and here it will be q dot billing country as billing country, and finally I will have q dot, sorry, sum of, okay, q dot annual revenue as A. Okay, now of course I will replace others with average and max. Okay, it will be average, and here it will be, I'm going to the next line, it will be max. Okay, that's it, semicolon. And finally I have q equal to limit q 2000. So we will go through one by one. Q equal to load, we are loading the data set. Q equal to group q by, we are mentioning all the three fields. Q equal to, for each q, generate q dot industry as industry, q dot type as type, q dot billing country, sum of q dot as A, average of q dot as B, this will be B, I'm sorry, this will be B, and basically max of this will be as C. Okay, and finally we are limiting that. So now if I just run this very quickly, if I open this one and run this, so we will check the result. Okay, in our next session we will check the result, but it's more or less fine. So yeah.